So hi everybody and welcome back. This is C++ tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video number 19 and this video we continue with the if statement. In the last video we stopped with our riddle, and in the riddle we introduced the if statement and the operator. Some operators, the operator was very easy, the less operator, the greater operator, the equal operator, but about operators we talk a little bit later more. But we need it just for our if keyword, and we learned how to write an if statement. We start with a if, then we use a round brackets, and between these round brackets we write a condition, and this here is just one way to write our condition. And if this condition says yes or no, then it will have, only if it says yes, then the body of the if statement will execute. And as a starter, just remember, if is just a checker with a condition, and you check the condition. I would say this is the easiest way as a starter to think about it. So, and let's continue. So we said, we already said in this condition, our checker, we write just, we compare just the player numbers with the riddle solution number. And yes, and if the checker says yes, we will write here an output, and our output was, you are right, congratulations. But we have not defined what if the player made a wrong, write a wrong number. Let me show what I mean with that fast. Let's start our program again. And here I said player number 1, enter your name. Yes, I'm the coder. I am the Superman. And both write now wrong numbers. Let's say he write a number 567 and he says this, and now we have no message here, right? And that is also not the real output of a riddle, because as what we expect of a riddle, that it lays say you are wrong or something, an output, and we have nothing here, and we can't let this happen. So what we have to do is we must find a new way to output the wrong number. There are different ways. For example, you could even use, I think, again, this if number, and yeah, not equal. Okay, we need one. We could introduce a not equal operator. Not also, this one is equal, which means the same, and not equal would be something like this one. And this one, if you compare these two numbers now and they are not equal, then you could output a message, and this one would be a solution. Let's do it as we introduce the not equal operator. Then it takes it's a lot, but let's do it. Let's do it. Copy this one. Okay, and then I write here not equal. Instead of equal, the checker checks this should be not the same. Not equal means these numbers must be not same. Then I say yes. And in this case, I will print out not congratulations. You are right. You are wrong. You are wrong. Just simple as that. And then the same I do, for example, for the second player as well, because compare here, copy this one, important, paste this one, important that I have to change here the players, because this is the player 2, and you are wrong. So, and there is one more thing probably I have. Let's test it. Let's see if this works. Perhaps it works not. Perhaps I told here something wrong. And coder and Superman and player number 1, enter your name. Okay, enter your number, not name. Okay, my number is 60 anything, and here this is this. And we have indeed here, Coder, you are wrong. Superman, you are wrong. This works almost. That's fine, just with a new operator, which means not the same, right? So we have made here, we found a way to make this. There was one thing which was irritating. It was style again a little bit, but whatever. I made this here, probably here. Don't make this, probably. I make all the time the same mistake here. Don't put here. I think it's this one, yes. Okay, but this solution here is actually not very good. I mean, it is perfect. Normally it's perfect because you can use it. There is nothing wrong. You can use it. But there is an easier way to do this. But if you use this one, it's okay. But we can use the if statement. We can extend it. Extend means we add here at the end something and say if it's wrong, like here, I want print this one out. So what we do is more or less, we go on to we will now transfer this one here as well. But there is a new indicator, so introducer, and let's write here else. And else means if this is not the case, you should do this one. And it starts again with a body, curly braces, and the same thing here. So this one extended now the if statement. First, the checker checks and said yes. If it's yes, I will go here. If it's no, I go here to the else. So the first one is for yes, the second one is for no. And instead of writing now all this one, I can just copy this one here, paste it here, and now I can uncomment this, Control-K-U. Oh, why it's not working? Again, Control-K-C, to comment K-C, K and C for commenting. And let's test this one in Unreal, in Visual Studio works K-C, but in other IDEs, careful, perhaps it works not, then you have to see how to uncomment and comment, something like that. So let's continue and let's see if this works. We have all time checked the code, if our code is working, and if it's worked perfect. Let me start this one more time. And we see what happens now. Coder is for Superman, and player number 1 enters a number, and the player number 2 enters any number. And it says, Coder, you are wrong. Superman, you are wrong. And it worked. It worked actually. So here, let's see the difference here again. Control-K-U for uncommenting here. The difference here is here, it's a little bit more work. But this one is valid. You can use that too at start. But if you use just this little extended keyword of a if, you can just skip this typing here. For example, as a beginner, typing is most time important normally to learn these keywords, but later you don't care about this typing. You want just to write a fast code, which means we are going to use this one. It is important to know that you start with this block and then you say, okay, this one says yes, I jump here to this block. And if that is enough, you use that. But if you say, I want also print out something, if it's if it say no, then you jump here. And else means, like the word else, use this one. Must be not no, yes and no, but when this one not, when the first block it's not the case, then use this case. So then, of course, we can do this the same with here. Let's write here the same. Let's train a little bit. So we write again, we extend this else. If this is wrong, let's open up our curly braces. This is the second body. This is the first body. And the checker says yes, then jump to the first body. The checker says no, then the first body will skip and it jumps to the else statement and it uses the second body. So, and in the second body, I copy this message here because typing, yeah, as a beginner, type this, right? Because you should learn a little bit this typing and these symbols and so on. Don't do that what I do. I make it just to don't make the so I don't want that the video is too long and so. And then here, of course, use the right variable names, so that will work. And let's test our riddle again. So we have here again our minecoder, our Superman, and they try now to solve the riddle. What becomes smaller when you turn it upside down? I hope you found it, because these two players, they made it all time wrong. You are wrong, you are wrong. So I think that's good. And the last video was very long, that's why I make this a little bit shorter. We will still talk a little bit more about the if statement, and because there is one third step which we can do. I will introduce this in the next video, but here very important, these operators. We use these operators at start, but later we will talk about operators a little bit more and make more examples and so on. So this one is not equal operator, means they are not the same. This one is the equal operator, this means they are the same. And this one is less, means one is more little or something like that. And this one is other greater. Very important. The first one is less than the second one. Here, yes, I mean later when we come to operators, we will make there many examples and training a little bit. So let's stop here, and in the next video I extend this programming. But one more thing, because you see it becomes bigger and bigger, it's time that you repeat here also a little bit. The nice thing about this one is it looks much, but actually all these things here are variables, 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 variables. And we are using variables. Let's see. Name test. What is that? I don't know your name test. I don't know what this is. Your name. Okay, this one I don't know what this is. I have here crap. String your name. Ah, that was from before. You see, I have even crap here, so check your code. Make not something like that. Don't use crap like me when you make this, and check your code afterwards. So important is just repeat that. You see it becomes bigger, and try to repeat all what you learned so far. I think it's not so difficult, but this if statement is the new thing. It looks complicated. It's not. It's very easy. And with that, see you in the next. Bye.